You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, we have got some hot new leaks from our ABC soap source. And some of the info is about Monica's sister, Ronnie. Some other is about Liesl and Nathan. And we've got some other rumors about Drew's involvement in all this. Lots of stuff from our favorite leaker. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about these latest leaks and rumors. But first, please click that subscribe button if you're not already following us. And remember, as always, when we report leaks, these are not spoilers. These have not been confirmed. They are rumors that may happen from sources that work close to the set or have family members that work close to the set. So a lot of the stuff this leaker gives us proves to be true. Not all of it, though. I just want to make that clear. But that being said, let's dive in because this is good stuff. All right. Our first leak is that Erika Slezak's character, Ronnie, is a liar. She is not the real deal. So rumor has it we are going to meet Ronnie. And then we find out later she is not really Monica's sister. She is a grifter and a criminal who was hired by Drew, who wants to get his hands on the Quartermain estate. So while plotting to take the mansion and the grounds from Michael, Tracy, and the others, definitely sounds like something Drew would do. So far, we haven't seen him plotting anything, but that doesn't mean we won't. We could get it in a whole series of flashbacks, just like the leak about Cyrus killing Sam, which, by the way, came from the same leaker, and there weren't any clues, but then they showed it all unfold in flashbacks. So Drew would have to have been thinking way ahead. If you remember, Martin found the letter from Ronnie to Monica, and it was on a piece of paper that was under a chair or table. I can't remember which one, at Drew's place. And I guess it's possible that Congressman Cutthroat planted the letter for Martin to find at Drew's house, knowing how much Martin hates Tracy and that he would pounce on the chance to do her dirty. And it also makes sense because of the recent comment Drew made saying he refuses to be left out of Monica's will. I mean, we all know Drew is really grimy and calculating these days, and each move he makes is worse than the last. And Gail, Monica's adoptive mother, is dead. So there's really nobody who's alive that can dispute or define whether or not Ronnie is Monica's sister. I mean, if they have her cremated, they, I guess, do a DNA test. But if Drew's involved, he could have the test faked. There's lots of options. It just seems strange since the letter was supposedly found randomly, and Martin called Ronnie this week to tell her about Monica's death and details of the funeral. However, I still say it's possible that Drew set this in motion before Monica passed, knowing that she was in poor health and was failing and that was going to pass away at some point. But I am taking this leak, as all leaks, with a big grain of salt. The leaker also said that Ronnie is Jack Brennan's mother, but they're not close and they have a strained relationship. That would be really interesting. I mean, we know the writers like to give new characters ties to existing characters, and this would give Ronnie two ties, one to Monica, allegedly, and then a real one to Jack. And that is kind of how they write their plots. Plus, if that is true, that would be a really fun throwback to when Chris McKenna played Erika Slezak's son over on One Life to Live. I would certainly like to see it. They posted a pic of them behind the scenes at General Hospital catching up, and that might have been a little hint, a little foreshadowing. Also, the leaker says that Ronnie has done business in the past with Jenz Sidwell and had transported diamonds between him and Helena Cassidine in the past. I mean, that's pretty cool if they also tie Ronnie into Helena. Our leaker says they wrote Erika Slezak's character with lots of connections, and reportedly she is thrilled to be playing a real villain. Now, if you've ever seen Erika Slezak as Victoria Lord Buchanan on One Life to Live, you know that her character was the complete opposite of a villain. She was beloved. She was not an evil character at all. However, she did suffer from dissociative identity disorder on and off for years. And when her alters took over, well, Victoria definitely acted out of character. But all in all, when Erika Slezak was playing her, Victoria was mostly a good character, not a villain. So I can see how this would be a fun change of pace for Erika if the leak is true and she is a scammer out to help Drew steal the family property. We know that he's still mad that Monica banned him from the Q estate and that Tracy said he can't use the Quartermain name. So another leak from the same source that, again, I'm not sure about. It says that Britt is going to move into the Quartermain mansion in October because she's worried about Jason after he loses Monica. And this one I'm a little shakier about, just because the leaker said a while back that Willow would move into the Quartermain mansion after splitting with Drew, and that never manifested. It may in the future, never say never, but so far it hasn't panned out. Not everything we get from the source pans out. And some of that, I think, is because their contact is somehow tied to the writers, and not everything that they want to do winds up happening on the show. So we'll see. But they're more right than they're wrong, which is why I love to report these leaks. And now a portion of the leak about Nathan West's return. So we got this info a few days ago, but I didn't get the chance to report it before it was basically confirmed in a new episode. The leaker said that Nathan is very much himself. And as we saw this week, Nathan is definitely Nathan. Nina confirmed it, and we've seen it. He just has no idea where he's been for the past 7 years. Amnesia, comatose, some sort of damage or drugs, something. The last thing that Nathan remembered was Faison shooting him. So whatever's been going on with Nathan has affected his memory, unless the amnesia is temporary from the car crash, because he does have a concussion. The next part of the leak ties to where Nathan's been for 7 years. So the leaker said Obrecht knew Nathan was alive and was keeping him hidden. And there's another leak that could be contradictory that said he's been experimented on and escaped from a lab. Now, while it might be a little hard to reconcile those two things, I could see a world where both are true. Obrecht might have saved Nathan, and he's been comatose, and she didn't know if he was going to survive. She hid him away. Maybe she was, trying to wake him up. And then the leak said he escaped from Dalton's lab. So realistically, if Faison is the mystery boss, I could see him finding Obrecht, seeing that she had their son, and taking Nathan to punish Liesl for keeping Nathan from him for all this time. And Faison might have later turned Nathan over to Dalton to experiment on if his son was not cooperative, because I don't see that Nathan would cooperate with Faison, who is absolutely evil. So Faison may have decided to use Nathan as a guinea pig. We'll see how it goes. I think with these leaks, not all of them can be true because a couple of them seem to contradict each other. But I love reporting the leaks, and I hope you enjoy them too, and we'll see what happens.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.